Hello.
Hi,
Do we have the full contingency here?
we do. We're on time today.
Hello, FA. You see, I don't think I don't think we're fully on time.
Just where I called it, I said something too quick.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
But there have been an improvement. It's just the Lovers Day hickey hugs. The
Yeah.
bed is not strong enough. Maybe that's why we're having some.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
We're
if it
talking
was
about you,
giving us,
man.
if it was giving us
People.
Italian, Spanish, and then suddenly now she has just gone back to the east and
Local
south.
contents.
Chai.
Anyway, ladies, hello. This is Olori.
This is Eka.
And this is FA, baby girl.
Oh wow.
Bedroom voice today. Wow. Okay.
Mm.
So, I mean, do we have any gist or do we just go? 'Cause I'm a bit confused as to how we're going to really tackle today's issue. But any gist before we proceed forward?
Mm, is there any gist? I don't think I have any gist.
Actually, you put just dropped a gist on the kid. So
I
let me
wanted
take
to.
it
I didn't
on.
even know if I want to even talk about it because I wanted to say. I just wanted to make a point and a disclaimer that in 2023, please let those who are like let the real men stand up and women,
Okay.
please, because I don't like this thing where people think because of the fame they've collected from Nollywood industry, they will come
They
and use
have
it to collect votes. No, it's two different jobs. And we have seen one of the counterparts, Desmond, whether his name is Kane, Elliot, or whatever his name is.
name that he
That
just brought out before election.
uh,
Before election, he was that. I thought the guy was actually a Cross River guy for the entire period
me
until the guy
too.
was ready for election. Like, bros,
In
you're from
Lagos
Lagos.
Surulere. Do you
Ah,
understand? So
Surulere.
me,
Sorry.
my own is that we've seen Desmond Elliot, and that gives us like zero hope on somebody
And
coming
Desmond
from
was
the
one of the good
industry.
guys, oh, like
Do
he was
you
one of the better
get
guys. Ah.
me? I had hope in him, oh, and I'm
Honestly.
so disappointed in the way he has handled things. And he's no. So you Ledoche, for anybody who doesn't know who we're talking about, has started campaigning for a 2023. I will just say maybe start from the grassroots. Start from get
Exactly.
start make your way up. Don't just start and target presidency. Let's
Is he
start.
going through a midlife crisis? Because he's been on
I
this thing
don't
for
know.
a couple, like I don't
Yes,
understand.
because last time too, he said this thing too. Because start
Uh-uh.
with Senate, local government chairman, minister. Let us see your work so that you
Let him even
gain.
start with AGN. Let him start there. I don't understand.
Abi,
What
let
are
us see your leadership capabilities. Do you get? It's not right. You can't just be
Man,
popular in
first of
your
all,
village.
Asian.
Ah, now wow, it's not
For
right.
those who
No,
don't know what
people.
AGN means, it's the Actors Guild of Nigeria. You should go and be president of the Actors Guild first, then we can move from there.
Because nobody should come and now tell us that you people don't want to support. We don't know you in that light. We cannot now come and give you our support. You're not a politician. We didn't know you as a politician. We don't even know you as a leader. We just know you as either a lover boy or a fighter in a Nollywood flick. So you can't expect us to just give you our endorsement. No.
Ezego in Hollywood flicks.
Yes, you understand. Show us what you're capable of, then we'll back you up. Ah,
Like this particular talk makes me want to take today's episode in a different. Ah, it's tempting because the landmark guy, which
mm,
Mm.
we're going to talk about, right? One
mm.
thing that he said was that Nigerian youths want to be billionaires tomorrow,
Fast. They are
right?
running.
Yeah.
They
And
are
to
running.
me, this guy, this Yul, has the same. This name Yul is really
That's it.
interesting, but like he has the same spirits, right? Anyone
Yeah.
that is serious about politics in Nigeria knows that you have to start from grassroots politics. You are
Yeah.
going to
Because it's not
become
easy.
president. Like you can't even win governor, as in, to your point, local government chairman of your
Yeah.
zone.
Uh-uh.
Because last election he was claiming that he wanted to run for governor. That was his
Yeah.
thing last election, right? Now you have jumped. Now you couldn't even make that. You didn't even ballot. If I'm not
Uh-uh.
mistaken, you
Oh,
didn't even ballot. You
Yes.
put that
They didn't
before
choose you in your party. Uh-uh.
this thing. Now you are going to presidency. So for me, it's like this issue of the Nigerian youth. We want change, but we really want to do what it takes for that change to happen. Because
yeah.
the idea that we're going to get this change in the next election,
No.
because
People.
the reason why a US can do it because they have systems in place to ensure. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
the only reason why Buhari came in my opinion, is because Goodluck wanted a somewhat free and
Yeah.
fair election. If Goodluck
Mm.
Mm.
wanted to come back for second term, he would have come back.
Yeah, he would have come back. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now our progress is very dependent on people.
Mm.
Who is the man in charge, who is the woman in charge, not the system, right?
Mm.
So which is
Yeah.
why I'm like, is the Nigerian youth ready? Because this
Mm.
whole we can change it tomorrow, fast, sharp, sharp. Like
Not
you guys
ready.
are
Oh.
serious.
When I look at things, social media, I don't cannot categorically say the readiness of the Nigerian youth. I'm sorry to say, because as that landmark guy said, Nigerian people like to run faster than, like, you start a
Yeah.
business today, you want to make 10
Cash
million
out.
tomorrow. Do you understand? Meanwhile, you've not even put practices in place. So there's so much like microwave type of mentality. You can't be
Yeah.
doing that. It's not every you can't cook jollof rice in the microwave. You can't. So he need like there needs to be a learning process, and that journey is what will inform us, so that by the time you reach that level, we will back you up, because your people in your town will be hailing you. We too, we
Mm.
will see it with our own eye. But then if you've not done that, and even if you've not done, as if I said, if you've not done Actors Guild, how much more presidency?
As
Maybe
in,
maybe it is a way to raise money and make money. I don't know.
yeah,
In fact,
definitely.
I'm sorry. Let me say one more thing. There's something that Chimamanda said in her interview with the Ebuka, when he
Mm,
asked her, "Would you run for politics
Yeah.
yeah.
or run for office?" And she was like, "I'm too uncompromising on certain things."
Exactly. You
Right?
have to
Mm,
No,
compromise. Mm.
but I think that her realizing that weakness in the Nigerian political space is a good thing, because I think that the way
Yes.
I see Nigerian being transformed is that someone that has the country at heart but
mm,
knows
Mm.
how to play the party politics game,
You have
mm.
exactly.
which means that you start in from the grassroots, you grow
Mm-hmm.
up in the party leaders trust you. Do you get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yes, you've
And then
won
you
them
go there,
over.
exactly, you know how to play the because even if Buhari is good, even this Nin Kinikon, the officers at the grass level are collecting bribe,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm,
Is that Buhari's fault? So for
Exactly.
me, I think that it has to be someone that can play the game.
that
Someone
is
that
Yeah.
it.
that, that, that is Mr. Saint or Mrs. Saint, or I'm too holy, I'm too
Cannot.
pure.
You
Can
don't even know what
Cannot.
is happening in the inner caucus, yet you want
At
exactly
to just
cannot
come.
all.
work.
No, now.
Cannot work. Yes, have your principles. To me, I think what it will have to be is that you can be found chopping, because once you chop, they now have a blackmailing point against you, so you can be
Yes.
found chopping. But but you may have to allow them chop. That may be
Uh,
the key
But there should be
difference.
limits. Yeah.
Yeah, that okay, bros, I'll give you this contract. Yes, but and I know that you will inflate it, but let the
Mm.
work be
but
done.
deliver.
That's it. That's it.
In fact, let me
If
use this opportunity to call out Nin in the diaspora. Nin office. I'm sure somebody's uncle
Ah.
has gotten the contract to register people in the diaspora, only for us to be told that it has been suspended since March
Last year.
last
Like,
year. Are we
Oh
serious?
God,
And the and
Nigeria,
and, and if you go
Nigeria.
on the immigration sites, right, they will redirect you to these foreign offices. So I'm like, is anybody thinking?
ridiculous. Me, I've said it. This main thing is for government to make money. That's why they're
That's
even
it.
opening the toll gates by force. Because after all this, when I say register, they don't have. They will have the data, but It's not how they were doing tinted glasses. Oh, any car with tinted glass, go to police headquarters. After that IG's tenure finished, nobody, like, you can carry it, nobody's stopping you. So they know how to make money periodically. And it's like, how do you make money forever? Why do you always bring all these nonsense things up? And you now frustrate people. Even that toll gate that they're making money from, that toll gate causes nonsense traffic on that road. Why put a toll gate in a city, inside the
I
city of
don't
it? Like,
know.
they should move it to a channel. I don't understand.
I cannot understand. I've never understood that toll gate situation.
It's to
They're
make
looking
I
for ways
money,
really
to make
yo.
don't.
money.
It's to pay for the expansion of Lekki Ekpe.
Which expansion? Is that not what budget is giving for?
I
Eh?
don't
No,
know.
no,
All
but
the
no, no, but
billions they
that's what
come.
they come into the public-private partnership, right? In that, the government will bring some and the private will bring some, but then the way that they make their own money back as a private is through this toll gate fee.
Toll gate.
Yeah. So that's the again on paper makes sense for like a business because the government cannot fund everything every time, right?
Mm.
But the
Now
one
I'm not
that
100% sure if like because now that I say that I'm not 100% sure if Lekki Ekpe is a public-private,
private.
but I'm assuming
Yeah.
it is, right? So on paper it makes sense that you want to have the kind of things in play because your budget cannot fund all your infrastructure needs in the states, but
Why do they need? My own is, why do they need two bridges? They should put one. Just like Ikoyi, leave people that are going from VI, please. That's my own thing. They should put the bridge in that Ikoyi area. Since they have money, they should pay for it if they want to enter Lekki.
they should do they should do like UK and do congestion charge, not to put toll gates
fair.
in this thing. Eh? Is it toll gate you put? Eh? As if they are doing border watch.
Like, the toll
I
gate
beg.
causes traffic. That's now the annoying thing. Like, one day, like, to enter Lekki phase one from toll gate, it took like almost 2 hours. For what now? Ah,
And the
They're
toll
collecting
gate is supposed to
cash.
be collecting, allowing expansion.
eh.
Expansion my foot. Ah,
Let's just see what they will do with
Nigeria.
the money.
Okay, the expansion they've been doing before, prior to the private public partnership. Where has it
Where
been?
is it?
Plus, there has to be more ins and outs because that to me is the major into like that's the major inlet into Lekki and the major outlet. There has to be
Uh-huh.
other wasn't the this 40 million bridge that they've been talking about for like
Yeah.
centuries, right? Wasn't it meant
Yeah.
to decongest some of that so that you can maybe hit third Milan Bridge directly from Lekki instead of having to go through
Yeah.
Ozumba and this other zones
That one is still on a
pending
pending. No din
pending.
din din.
No, okay, you know what? Let's
Ah.
let's 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 shift out. Let's go on love. This is a week of love. So let's
Yeah.
let's redirect a little bit there. The week of love. So Don Jazzy did an interview, or at least we saw a snippet of an interview that he did with Nancy Isime on her new talk show, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. And he was saying that he doesn't have the energy for one woman, that
The strength.
the strength that he really
Mm.
admires those that have it, but he doesn't have it. That he cannot just see you and tell you that it's only going to be you. That he may like you, but see that there are many beautiful women out there. So he doesn't want to be caged up
Mm.
for one woman. And I was like, Dawn, you may be talking in the rubbish and nonsense because I don't understand. I don't understand how one woman is more energy or more stress than multiple women. Do you get what I'm saying? Like this whole like the whole idea that men can have relationships without any expectations to me is a lie from the pit of hell. Do you get what I'm
Mm.
saying? Whether it's money she's expecting, whether it's love she's expecting, whether maybe she comes in as maybe friends with benefits and then maybe hoping along the line to convert, to main chick. There is an expectation. So the more women that you juggle, right, the more you have to deal with these things.
Mm. I do not understand. Like, see, because he said, okay, I understand when he says he's not strong enough to be with only one person. That statement will make sense. But then when you now say you don't have like it makes sense because that means you lack discipline,
Yeah.
you have infidelity issues. So we understand that you have a problem. But where the issue is where you use the word I do that people who they have strength. So it now, as you said, Lori, it now makes it look like being with one person it needs a lot of energy compared to being with multiple people,
Right.
which will mean that you being with multiple people is that you don't have a like like you just have people that come into your life just for certain things. So you have people for certain things. So you call them up. So you're not accountable to
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
So that is, I believe that is why he's saying, using the word, he doesn't have strength. So he doesn't have strength to be accountable to anybody when it comes to relationships with like sexual or whatever relationships.
Right.
Now, the issue I have with that, and which I think when we're discussing it, is the fact that I would not have a problem with it if you do not mind dating a person who doesn't also have strength for you to be their main person. My issue comes when you will get upset, because at least my own, why I like what with the way John Jazzy has done it is that, first of all, is he's honest, so he's coming out, and secondly, I've never seen anybody puts a person that says, "Oh, this is Don Jazzy's girlfriend, this is Don
Fair.
Jazzy's fiance." So
Yeah.
I'm guessing he doesn't do long term or committed relationships.
Right.
So he just does maybe friends with benefits or whatever. So I respect that. My own issue is that there are many men in our country, Nigeria, that carry this same Don Jazzy's mentality, and then they have married a woman and kept in the house. Now
Right.
that is where I have an issue, because you have gone into a relationship called marriage, which is all about commitment, discipline, and accountability. And instead,
Mhm.
you're telling the woman to accept the fact that you, as a man, as an African man, as they like to say it, you cannot be faithful. You do not have the strength. You're not strong enough. Temptation will come to you and you will fall. Now, my issue with that is that, why doesn't the temptation hit you in other directions in life? Why doesn't temptation make you do some things? Because they are not locking people up for cheating. Let's say they were locking people up for cheating now, we will now be talking differently. But because they are not locking, because it is not a criminal offense,
Mhm.
that is chargeable by law of the land, that is why it can be passed on. Because when there are people who kill people now, maybe they are locking them up. Abby,
Mhm.
you cannot say that I am not strong enough not to kill. My dear, they will finish you.
That's true.
So the issue, I think, is that, because apart from it not being an offense, like a criminal offense, the fact that it's an emotional offense to one person, one, and the fact that the society has made
Mm.
it acceptable
Yeah.
and normal, those are the two things that can make men open their mouth and say. Women are not opening their mouth to say this because the society
Mhm.
doesn't really accept
That's
cheating
true.
women like it does men. And that
Yeah.
is where the double standard comes in. If
Eka,
Mhm.
women are allowed
you
to be
said it
doing this
doesn't
one
really
now,
accept. Like maybe that maybe
it doesn't
I don't understand.
sorry, please,
Like
it doesn't accept at all. Point blank finish.
simple.
Zero acceptance. If a woman, in fact, when men cheat, they blame women. When women cheat, they
Yeah,
blame women.
please
Yeah.
When
go on, no table for you.
anything bad, women. So like, the issue is, the man has a sense of entitlement and privilege. Abi, I said entitlement and privilege to believe that they are polygamous in nature.
Oh
They are bra bra
Jesus.
bra. In fact, I can go on and on, because this topic, I hate it. I hate it because
Uh,
a lot of aunties have told me, don't make noise, so men will always cheat, is in their name. And I
Ay
hate it.
ay ay.
I hate it so much, because this is the kind of thing they are feeding the young generation of boys. And
yeah.
then the women now carry this on and are told to accept it. A man cheats on his wife, goes to the in-laws, and even her parents. They will say,
Mhm.
please take heart. That is just how they are. When it is vice versa, they will say, who is she? How dare she? Brrr.
Yeah.
See, I'm disappointed in John Jazzy, but I'm happy with his honesty, and I'm happy that he
Mhm.
has not gone to go and marry somebody now and he's busy cheating on her
Exactly.
openly. Because, unlike, I still respect him more than Nice, who will come and be crying every minute
Ah,
now
I'm
God.
begging
after
for
doing something
us.
behind. Oh,
So I will let FA come in. 'Cause I think she has like a a good perspective on this. But I think what I wanted to clarify is maybe because I personally, and this is my own personal conviction, I don't understand it when people say that they don't crave companionship, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying marriage, I'm not saying it has to
Yeah.
be formalized, but like that you don't want that, that's your like your own one person, if that makes sense. Like I don't
Mm.
get that people don't crave that. They got to
Yeah.
me is a foreign concept that you wouldn't want to crave that. But maybe people are different. So maybe people really don't
Yeah.
want that person. That they like their space that much, right?
Yeah.
Um, but to me, I think what triggered me. So maybe and in saying that, Don Jazzy is allowed to not want to be monogamous, right? What
Mm.
I think triggered it for me is what Eka has been saying is that we normalize a lot of rubbish for men, right?
Yeah.
We're making commitment and discipline to a woman seem so so mighty. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
in business, these men bring out this discipline without even thinking twice about it.
Exactly.
For you to be who you are as Don Jazzy, you probably sacrificed a lot. You've been disciplined, you've trained, you've studied, right? But when it comes to relationships, men don't want to put in that kind of, it becomes too much work.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is where like I continue to be triggered because I feel like that's like that is the background or the basis upon which we let men get away with everything, right?
Yeah.
Anything is allowed because he's a man, right? It's too
Yeah.
much stress. As in men can handle. I'm like, no, if men can handle physical whatever, they can handle emotional stress too. Like it won't kill you. Apply
Exactly.
yourself, right? So that
Yeah.
to me is what I was like, this whole I don't have. I'm like, no, you are just. I think to me it's like say use the right words. I'm not disciplined enough to commit to one woman.
Exactly.
It's not I don't have strength. No, I'm not disciplined enough. I want to sample multiple women. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. Like, and at your big age, again, I'm just passing like judgment because I'm saying at your big age, but I struggle with the idea that people don't want companionship, whether it's in marriage, whether it's in a long-term partnership, whether it's in a an undefined something. But this is my person, and you're like I don't get that. I really, really do not get that. But please,
Doesn't make sense.
Fa, can you just help us out here?
My own thing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So my own thing with this whole like all these men that say, "Oh, I can't commit, kiniko." Of course, again, like in Dojazi's case, he has money. Typically, when men have money, then they want to explore more. They want to be as crazy as possible. They want to hunt and hunt and hunt. But I think there's also a different type of, or there's a category of men also that are also insecure. They're scared that, oh, if I let myself love, then this will happen, or they're scared, or they don't even love themselves. And it goes both ways, not just men and women. But since we're focusing on men, I would say if you can't love yourself, then it's hard for you to love someone. It's hard for you to understand how somebody can stick to one woman because they love that person and that person makes them feel amazing. Like if you can't
Right.
love yourself to an extent, and then on the other hand, if you have so much money at your disposal, sometimes money makes people do stupid things, especially men. So you have so much money and you're like, okay, why stay here? But I still think it boils down to self-love. If you meet a man who was raised properly by his mother and father, because it's not just, I think people leave the job for women, and sometimes I don't think mothers do a great job. If you meet a man that was raised properly in love, and his mother, the same, like I've met someone who the mother taught him how to do things that his sisters could do,
Mhm.
and he's the most amazing, like he's amazing to all his girlfriends, and I'm sure he will be a great husband. Like I'm not going to say he won't cheat, but for him to come and say, oh, I don't understand the concept of being with one woman, like he won't say something like that, and he respects women. So I think it's also the upbringing. It depends on where you grew up also, apart from having that men cheat, men kiniko. Me personally, I think, okay, fine, men cheat, Abby. Me too, I can cheat if I want to cheat. Secondly, if somebody cheats on me, whether he's my husband, boyfriend, kiniko, I have a right to leave. Like nobody should call me a bad woman because I'm leaving
Right.
a man that I think. So for me, it's just like they've said this so many times. Like women are not, rehabilitation centers for
That's
badly behaved.
it.
So as
That
a woman,
is it.
if you choose to rehabilitate a man that is badly behaved, I mean, that is on you. And secondly, please, I like Don Jazzy's honesty, because a lot of men secretly are like Don Jazzy, but then they will go and carry somebody's daughter and
That
put her
is
in the
it.
house, and the person will wanna want to die because you are trying to
No,
understand who you're with.
but can I push back on that though? Because I keep on going back to this idea of, because to me I think it's rooted in your self love thing, right? In
Yeah.
the idea that you are craving like, so we had this person that was in our, like a family friend, right? He's the typical,
Mhm.
like, playboy, has many
Yeah.
women thing. But when you
Yeah.
spend time with him, right, you can see that he
Yeah.
has a
A
let's say a
soft
need or a craving for like
yeah.
attention, like someone that he doesn't have
Yeah.
to, like, put on a performance for, like just someone that's, like, like my person, like, like, because because as a playboy, maybe just be like flirting, say nice
Yeah.
words to get her, but like just someone that you can just play, put your hair down with, right? So for me, I feel like these men address that need with marriage, but don't
Mm.
fully heal the wound
Yeah.
that allows them to because
At
the whole
all.
women thing is
Many of
it's
them.
an ego boost, right? So they want to get the best of both
Yeah.
worlds. I don't think it's an issue where like they just really do. Well, some men just really don't want a marriage, and then they maybe this
Yeah.
society forces them or whatever. But I think that many men, like, they like that, but they don't want to do the work that is required for that.
Required.
Yeah, and it's because the society allows them to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't have to
Mm.
be all in with your wife, because you can have Shalewa and Chichi on the side, and
Mm.
the family will help you beg once it comes out to your wife. Your wife's
Mm.
mother in the next 3 years will not come to your
Yeah.
house to beg you that, please, forgive my daughter Chichi. She she had she fell pregnant for your best
Somebody
Yeah.
else.
friend.
For,
No, your
for
mother,
where?
that's a shame, will not let your mother come and do that.
Yeah.
But it's not that many men, the mother will come and beg that, please, children are blessings from God. It's a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
Please accept.
thank you. But sorry,
Mm.
please, Effie, you were
Hmm.
proceeding, please.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so my thing is just in general, like honesty, because everybody can be the same. There's some people that really don't want to get married. There's some people that just want kids from women. There's some
Mm.
people that don't even value women to want to even put them in the same house or want to even
The
sign that
gays,
paper.
the gays. Let's
Like,
also put the gays. The gays.
so it's like I just feel like honesty is important, and then this whole men kiniko, like for me, I don't know, maybe if it's different, but it's a man's world. But for me, I still live my life how I want to live it. If society says that I'm a slut because I divorced my husband, or I'm a slut because I don't want to put up with rubbish, then I mean that's their business. So I think women should just women should wise up, and you don't have to take nonsense if you don't want to. If a man says he can't commit, move on to someone that can if you want someone to commit to you. So don't stay there and be hoping. Men will tell you the truth. Just take it. Don't think you can change somebody. You are not a psychologist. You are not a doctor. So if the person needs help, let him find his doctor. It is not you. Oh,
But again, I don't 100% believe that men tell you the truth all the time. I think
that's what
if
I'm
they
saying. They
want to eat
don't.
their cake and have it, they will tell you what they
Yes,
need
Mm.
to tell you to keep you,
yes,
you know,
yes.
in the thing. It's only
And they
if maybe they really don't, as in, like, they don't mind sleeping with you, but they don't really want
Yeah, men
anything.
will like it's
They will they
very
will
rare
they
for
will
them to
they
tell
will tell
you.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very rare for them. Like I think it's just natural. Because I was asking someone, I was like, why is that men? Like a man will look at you in your eye and lie to you and cry. Like what the
as
hell now?
in, hey
Like
Hmm.
is
God,
and I'm like, why can't men say the truth? And he's like, because women like to hear lies. I'm like, it's a lie.
it's
Like
a
I don't know who
lie.
told you that,
It's a
but
lie.
they're like
I
women like
say,
to hear lies. No. Ah,
men as I think the way, maybe the way that we raise men, they are so emotionally ill-equipped, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
The real tea is they don't want to deal with the consequences of their
they
actions.
don't.
It's not
They
to protect
don't.
me, right? You want me to be happy with just sleeping with Shalewa on the side.
Yeah.
And while I would like your honesty, you also have to accept that it's not for me. As in, you can't force me. I think men want to tell you rubbish and for you to accept and be happy with rubbish.
Yes. Yes. They
And
want
I'm
to tell
like,
you rubbish and accept it.
and I'm
That's
like,
Yeah.
why
yeah, sorry.
that's why I said it's an entitlement thing, it's a privilege thing, and
Yeah.
it is greed. It is
Yeah.
entitlement because they
Selfishness also.
is yeah selfishness because it's entitlement because they first of all in the society they are already above and beyond caution.
Yeah.
It is privileged thing because they don't even know how us normal people, sorry to use it, us normal people as women are suffering the sufferhead of and then they don't even know that because they were built as you guys have said, they have been built to this kind of level of zero emotion. They go around just hurting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they want to eat their cake and have it, as you guys have said. That is why they will now do it when they have money. If you did not have a choice, would
Mm.
you do
Yeah.
it? It's because you have choice, you have option, you have the ability. If you don't have, if somebody doesn't have rice, they will eat the curry in the house.
That as in with all joy.
Yeah.
So
With all
yes.
joy.
So when you open your mouth and say I cannot, you cannot because you have the ability not to be able to.
It's
Yeah.
simple.
If not, you will sit down where you're sitting down. Shebi because they have money now, you can be doing because a lot of women in Nigeria they say, okay, if that is what you want to give me, you
Bring
need to
exactly.
bring financial this thing. So most times it is when you now have money, except the ones that I don't know what their aim is as in as women because you cannot just be you cannot just be helping a married man cheat on his wife and you're not even collecting money.
Collecting anything.
I don't understand. So too bad for you. Or maybe to be honest, apart from money, there's loneliness, there's so many things. But
Mm.
I don't know. I believe that there's bias in how men and women are brought up.
Yeah.
And
Race. Yeah.
it are raised and it is so bad. It is so bad to the point where people now attach a woman's ability to be a correct human being to stupid
Mm-hmm.
things. You don't know
Yeah.
how to cook. You don't know how to this thing. Why doesn't the man to know how to cook if that's
Know
his
how
thing?
to.
Like why can't
Exactly.
he feed himself? If
But I
that's
think
his
Exactly.
even
thing.
all these know how to cook. I wonder if this is even also distraction because really,
From the main
let's
problem.
say a woman knows how to cook and clean. Is that really as a man all you need in a
It
Uh-huh.
is
marriage
like
that I'm saying that in a marriage that you're planning to be all in, no, not the one
Uh,
that Charlie is helping you outside. Mm-mm. A marriage that you want to be committed to inside. You think that her cooking and cleaning skills is all that's
you
required.
need. They will
look,
not open
me
their
my
mouth
thing
and say something like, because he don't know how to cook, he went outside and that's how they caught him. Oh, shut up. Like, please. Mm-mm.
Then tomorrow they will complain that Shola Mata is catching them. When you
Eh,
went outside, when you
really.
went outside.
Mm, mm,
or edible
mm,
catering.
mm. The ones that are cooking for their husbands there, even cooking fresh food every day, unlike even some that are doing microwave cook in the weekend that do microwave. Some people are doing fresh food every day, yet the men are still
I'm
outside.
telling you.
So it's not about that. It's about a lack of discipline, greed. They are just selfish. They just feel they can
Yeah.
do, and they will not understand until the world starts to punish them for their actions.
And can
Oh
I talk
my god.
about the self-fulfilling prophecy of women like money? If the only thing you have to offer her is money, what else do
Then
you want
that's
her
what
to
she would
want?
like, no. Before
Like
Uncle.
because okay, so let's take this Don Jazzy issue now. You're not offering me commitment, you're not offering me
Exactly.
security, right? And maybe not even true friendship because
Mm-hmm.
you know when do I cross the line between this is too much emotions for you or I'm being a
Mm-hmm.
friend to you? I think you get what I'm trying to say. So maybe
Yes.
you can't even be a true friend to me, right? So what do you really have to offer me other than money? Absolutely
Exactly.
nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if I'm not billing you, like you're not saying that oh women like money. I'm like, no, you didn't offer her anything else on the table.
Can I even
And
say
that
this
is
one to
what
say
is
women
making
like
her
money?
happy.
When they say women like money, women, there are many girls today that say, well, let me use Nigerian girls because Nigerian women apparently we love money, but many Nigerian women at some point in their relationships have funded their boyfriends at
Yeah.
some point. And it's like you think it's just little. Trust me, almost every girl you ask is like, ah, man, no, I'm done with broke guys because you've been there. When you were there supporting the person's dream, the person was being stupid. Or
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, let's say, unfortunately, you're a girl and you don't level up, and your boyfriend of that day that you were giving money to enter Uber or Keke tomorrow he's now a manager and he'll think that you're not good enough because you didn't level up. Now, for the ones that even level up, it's like, look, what did I gain from it? Like, I sacrificed everything. Some people are giving boyfriends school fees. Like, women have
I
done,
wanted to
like,
say
women
that.
have done, yeah, like many girls, even bronze girls, whatever, like, they've done so much for men because I think women naturally love crazily. Men too
Mm.
love like that, but when you have a bad experience, it's like, okay, should I go for keke or should I be crying in the Rolls Royce? I mean, common sense. You've already experienced what love is. So it's like, look, this time I'm working with my brain. I'm not just going to use my heart. It has to be a mixture of both. And crying in a Rolls Royce, I mean, it makes more sense because you can also use the money to create happiness for yourself, even though money is not happiness, but money helps you to
Uh,
stay, to last as long. Like, yeah,
oh,
it feels, money
money
fills up a void.
is almost happiness. Please, it can
Exactly.
take care of
Like, you
some
get,
some major issues.
it's
Please.
like when I hear guys say, "Oh, she broke up with me because of money." When she was giving you money, were you there? Because I was reading an article and the
I
woman was
think
like,
men
"Oh, that
say that to protect their ego. They are
yeah,
so
No,
they
my
proud.
do."
my my question is, as Nigerian men like money, the men they don't like.
Thank
As
you.
in, I don't get. So, do you get?
Nigerian
Like,
men like money die. That is why when they have money, they go for things that money can buy in women and in other things.
That's
Let
it.
them keep quiet, my friend. Everybody likes money. Hmm.
exactly.
Everybody
That's why
likes.
like women like money. No, like people
Uh,
have been once bitten, twice shy. Nobody's going to make the same. If
So
you have
you
sense, you
were
can't make
referencing
mistake.
an article that you read, Effie. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, the woman, it was even a foreign article. So she was saying something about, it was basically an article about men and women. So the woman was like that. She was dating a guy that he was going through a bad time in his, like, in his bit, in his job, his life, everything. He was depressed, that she was there for him. Kini called, that he recovered and then even became better. That her, when she now had a tiny problem, she now called this guy. This guy was not like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this right now. And she was like, this
woo!
is it. Like, this is what happens. Like, I was there for this guy. But now I just have a small issue, and he's telling me that, oh, he can't handle it. He can't. And basically, he broke up with her when she
Yep.
was at her lowest point. And this,
Hmm.
many women, and it's like, that's why when I see men, I'm like, look, well, Steve Harvey said it best. Like, think like a man, Kiniko. If we can do that, then let's be doing this thing together. That's my own. Because if you find someone that is sensible, good for you. But if you're dealing with somebody who's playing nonsense games, then I mean, we can play the game. Vivica Fox and what's that guy's name? They did the film, so two can play. Like, I mean,
I like that example that you brought because I when you said when the girl was brushing you up, you
yeah,
were okay, and then when you leveled up and she couldn't level up,
yeah,
now
Start
I'm not
complaining.
saying date out of pity, but you make a good point. She walked
yeah,
with you when you were
exactly,
below her level. She walked with you,
exactly. And you
right?
couldn't work with her.
Now you can't walk with her.
Now your eye has opened to the
And
world.
that's what that it opened me to. There's something they call gratitude relationship. Apparently, it's something that's creeping up these days, where people just date someone and they're like, "Oh, I'm grateful for it," and it's like, "No, fuck you. Grateful for what?
Wow.
That's not what's like. That's not what
We're
you're asking."
almost going to have a non-explicit episode. Almost. Just almost.
If it has
Effie.
come again. But I get how you're passionate and you swear words because it's annoying. I've actually watched a movie where the guy was with her because he was grateful for all she did because like she helped him, established him, and then now he opened his mouth and said, "Oh, I don't love you. I've never loved you. I've just been with you because I feel indebted to you."
Yeah, yeah,
And the woman was like, "What? Why didn't you say this one
Thank you.
when I was
yeah.
helping you?"
Until they
That
everything
is the issue. Is until you have reached a
drain
level.
you.
Gotten,
That is
yeah.
wickedness
Yeah.
now.
Because
That
me,
is pure
I can't
wickedness.
fault you for not loving the person. I'm like, hey, fair play to you. But why
Yes,
did you
Yeah,
stop the
you should
enjoyment
have stopped
when
loving.
when I
exactly.
was investing? Why is it now
Uh,
that I've gotten what you want? That you're like, I didn't
I
really
don't love
like
you again.
you. I can't marry a Muslim or someone
Yeah.
from your state. I'm like,
Yes.
you didn't know all this before.
Hmm, hmm.
Ah,
That's why
and ah,
investment is good, though, but
as in,
risk is inside. That's all I
honestly,
can say. It's not really right. Like people are just wicked in this world. The heart of
That's
man
it.
is wicked, and
That's it.
everybody is just wicked. The cheaters, the cheat, the cheat, the teacheress. That is the side chick, beside guy, the cheater husband or wife, whatever you are, the
honestly,
people that are not honest that are going to go and they would be the one to disturb. My own is that why
yeah,
can't you just be normal if you don't want to be in a committed but you will do as if Like when they are chasing the females, they will do as
As
if,
in,
you are my one and only, you're my life and death, and then you now cheat. Come on, no, that's not
oh
fair.
God, dude.
Ah, ladies.
My advice is
Anyway.
self love, self love.
Abi, start from there so
Arm
that
yourself, because when you love
uh,
yourself, you won't take bullshit. Like you know
that
that
is
you're
true.
jumping into the next person. Like no time to waste
Jump,
time.
jump.
As in, honestly, you are running.
Oh God. Anyway, ladies, it's been a cool one.